Welcome back to the little Welsh cottage here at the top of the Rhondda Fawr in South Wales. Now, I've never been one for houseplants, but when I moved into the cottage, a dear old little lady in the village gave me a spider plant. And since then I've been thinking, I wonder if there's anything I could get for the house to bring the garden indoors. I was on TikTok the other day, and as you do, you have a bit of a scroll, and you go scroll, and all of a sudden, this channel popped up called Bella.
Today we are at the Chelsea Flower Show with Bella.
Strange spelling, B-E-L-L-R, Bella. And I quite liked what I saw, so I thought I will start my house plant phase. So I have that spider plant in the kitchen, but I thought, what can I have for other parts of the house? Now, I did ask about cats, and I was told these are cat friendly. So let us have a look. Oh, it's got a little note inside. Dear Sean, thank you very much for your purchase. I think that's what it says. The writing's not that good. From Bella. They should have been a doctor with that writing. Now, let's have a look then. This is by no means sponsored. If you want the prices, I can tell you what they are and what I paid for them. Oh, they don't actually have them on that piece of paper. But what I'll do is, I'll find out and I'll put them up on screen. First impressions, I like the way they're packed. Now, is it a case of simply, oh, that's a lot better than that Sarah Raven package we had, wasn't it? And look, that box is now intact and I can use that for something else. Maybe a bit of storage. Maybe to put my garden pots in. I do like a bit of brown paper. Sort of takes you back to the old days, doesn't it? But if I'm careful with this, because this looks like quality paper. I think these people are based in Chelsea, so it's a good quality wrapping paper. None of your pound shop here. I think I better start with this one, because that looks the biggest. Can you tell what it is yet? Right, there's a bit of soil falling out. The postman is not as careful as I would like them to be. There you go, got a bit of soil there. And then another pot, another bit of plastic. Now, can you tell what that is? It needs a thorough good watering, because as I've said before, companies deliberately send their plants out when they're a bit on the dry side, because if they send them out wet, then the postage is a bit more expensive. So I'll put the name of this one on screen, and I thought that could go in the living room here somewhere. I'll find somewhere to put it. I also bought this one. Can you see that? Now this, apparently, according to what they said on the video, this one opens and closes with every day. They do love their crepe paper, don't they? So they said, in the evening, I don't know whether it's the leaves close up or whether the plant itself closes up like that. We'll find out this evening. And this one, oh, I found the label here, but I haven't got my glasses on. But apparently these are safe for cats, because that's what I asked for. I also bought, if you remember, if you've been watching for a while, every February there's an event called the Garden Press Day, where you go there and companies show their new lines. And I saw these pots when I went a few years ago, and they're made from waste that has been found in the ocean. So, because they phoned me, because I'd ordered the wrong pot size. So they said they would make sure that the pots that I've bought are the correct pots. So let's have a look. So those there you go. What do you think about that? That pot is a bit, not quite sure about the colour of that pot. I suppose they represent the ocean of where they came from. So I'm sure the cats will love them as well. Right. I think it's time to start the day with a cup of tea. Oh, I've just remembered. This isn't all that I've bought. There's another box, but that's coming tomorrow, I think. And again, I can't remember. Something for the bathroom and something for the bedroom. But now, something in the kitchen. So just to allow them time to settle down after their journey, give them a good drink of water. Now the pots will float for a while until they drink it up. And for the time being, I think I'll just leave them in the kitchen here. Although saying that, having one against the William Morris print when that turns up might look quite nice there. Especially this one here as the sun is catching the leaves. That's glorious. It looks like the type of plant that you would have drawn as a kid in school. As I opened the door to the postman then, the heat of the day just blew in and nearly swept me off my feet. That's what's good about Welsh cottages. They're very, very cool. But out here, oh, yes, I did poke my head out this morning, briefly, and it was scorching. Oh, the rag and bone man is coming around the houses. I think the cats are sleeping just up there. But I haven't got my shoes on, so I can't go very far. Oh no, they're not there. I do wish now I had put a load of these dahlias across the top here. Maybe next year. Right, let's have this cup of tea. The next lot of plants have turned up. It's the next day from the last bit of filming I did. And I've got a bit of a headache because the weather's about to turn. And it feels like a big thunderstorm is coming. Now I know people in London have had thunderstorms and torrential rains. Nothing has appeared here yet, but I can feel the pressure is dropping. So hopefully that will be good, because I'll be able to get down to the homestead and plant some potatoes. And I may even though it's the wrong time of year, put in a row of beans. Right, let's have a look at this. Now there should be 2 plants in here. Ah, there are. I'm going to keep this box because the cats love a good box. We had a bit of a nightmare last night trying to get the cats in. It's the first time they've stayed out when it's dark. So they finally came home at about 10 to 2. They didn't go anywhere, they just stayed in the back garden. Right. Now one of these should be quite spectacular. So I bought something for the bathroom. I don't know where my small scissors is. But this one is for the bathroom. If I remember, it is called string of pearls? Something like that. Ah, oh look, it's come in a little basket. I don't think I've got anywhere to hang it. I was just going to put it on the shelf. There we go. So it's just come in the pot. I didn't buy any extra pots for this. Right, I'm not going to undo it just yet. I'll wait until we get into the bathroom. But this one, I'm looking forward for you to see this. Now, you can't eat it though. It is an edible plant only. I do love their paper. Here we go. And I haven't got a pot for this either, so maybe I need to buy some more pots. A pineapple. Look at that. That's global warming for you. I'm going to be growing my own pineapples. Look at it. So I'm told you can't eat this. It's just for display purposes only. They do love to fill their pots with soil, I must say. I would have put a little less soil, or actually put that into a bigger pot. So I might do that in a few weeks' time. But let me put my hand there so you can see the size of my pineapple. Look at that. So I don't know where this is going. I hadn't actually planned. I might put this on my desk. Oh, it's certainly prickly. Right, so I need to get a pot for that. And first of all, I need to find out where I can shove this. Now, how do you undo it? That's the thing. Try and be gentle. Don't want to break it. This is not actually what I thought the string of pearls was going to be. I've seen something else, which is a more delicate flower. But it's a start. It's quite a long beast. You'll come back in a week or two and I'll be choked. It'll be like the shark fin melon all over again. Well, I'll get a little bowl pot for that. And I was thinking there, does that work? Either there, or I could put it by the bath. I could put it in the corner here rather than having my towels. There you go. I do actually quite like it there, but the problem is, where am I then going to put my towels? So I think for the time being, I'll put it by the sink. But it's rather long, it's touching my toothbrush, and that's something you don't want to do. Right, move some of these, then maybe I could put it further along. That's better. I'll get a little bowl for it later, and then I can open and close that without getting it caught. There you go. It'll be interesting to see. Like I said before, vegetables I'm fine with. Vegetables, fruit and flowers I'm fine. But indoor plants, I seem to kill them. So we'll see how long these last. The question is now, where am I going to stick my pineapple? There we go. I'll put it there for the time being, but I will put that in a bigger pot and put the whole thing into a larger pot, because it did fall out as I walked up the stairs then. But I think that'll certainly add interest to the day. I haven't shown you the calendar yet for August. It's all about harvests. Yes, that is right. It's 11:15 in the night, and I've just done the dishes, done a bit of a clean up. I also picked some of those dahlias from the garden, and even though I picked them with lots of stems, they've sort of started to go off in a matter of a few hours. So maybe these ones are not good enough for cutting to bring in. But anyway, the reason why I'm still awake and I'm just about to have a cup of tea, I'm going to take a chance, is because I've been ill. And to be honest, I think I've been ill all week. I've been feeling a little queer since Monday. And today, I went out, did some work down for the Tunnel Society this morning. And then I popped in for a cup of tea in one of the cafes. And I was fine. I had some food there. I had a nice salad. And we treated ourselves to an ice cream. And 2 or 3 cups of tea. And then I came back. And I started sneezing. But before I'd already left, I had a pounding headache. Now the temperature in the area today has gone very low. You know those days where you can just feel the air pressure? And it went very low, and I thought, there's a thunderstorm here, so maybe the headache is something to do with that. But we didn't have a thunderstorm, we just had some rain, and it wasn't that heavy. And my head started to get a bit worse, so I thought, you know what? I'm going to have a little sleep. So I went to sleep, and I woke up, and the head was still there. And I just felt as if I could be sick. So I came downstairs, and I got very hot, like I am now. But that could be because I've just turned the heat off and everything. But I was sweating. So I like to have a bath when I start to sweat in order to get it out of the system. So I had a nice bath. Then went and sat down on the sofa and still felt as if my stomach could erupt any moment now. So I prepared the bathroom ready and nothing happened. I went into the bathroom. I got to that point where I thought, you know, I'm just going to have to be sick. Get it up, whatever it is. And I went there. Nothing came. And my stomach was absolutely bloated out. And I went and sat on the sofa, and even the sound of the clicking of the clock was playing on my nerves. So I've stopped the clock, and I stopped it at 8 o'clock. And I sat down, and I just took a breath and took in the complete silence of the moment. And then I thought, let's watch a bit of Gardener's World. So I did that. I like to watch Gardener's World from half an hour after it started, so then you can fast forward through the bits that you aren't interested in. So I did that, and I still felt a bit woozy. And then something popped up on the YouTube tab. Harry Hill TV burp, which I haven't seen for years. And if you aren't in the country, a guy used to sit and watch a load of TV and take out the funny bits. So I watched that for an hour and I had a laugh. And at the end of that, I then realised, oh, my stomach is settled and it's actually gone down from where it was. So I watched a bit more, and then at about 11:15, I thought, I fancy a bit of food. But I thought I might not risk it, because usually I would have a piece of dry toast. And saying that, I do have one piece of bread. But now I'm a bit dubious about going to eat anything at all, to be honest. But maybe. See, that seems fine. Although I'm a bit dubious about this bread, you know. Apparently, I bought this bread this week. Best before September. You gotta start wondering, what do they put in the bread to make it fresh for that long? I'm gonna start making my own bread, but I can't be doing with all that kneading, so I've taken the easy option. And I was watching Michael Barrymore's TikTok this week, and he made a lovely loaf. And I asked him, where did you get that from, Michael? So he responded and he's given me the link. So I went off and I bought a bread maker, which is due to turn up at the end of next week. So I will be baking my own bread. But the thing that I've realised, I've just looked in the cupboard now. And I thought, do you know what? I'd fancy something. Maybe a tin of beans, just something that I can open and throw it in. But the problem is, because I tend to cook from scratch, there is nothing. There's nothing here that I could open and think, I'll have that. I could have tuna in spring water, but I don't fancy it. I think that might be a bit too much. But there's absolutely nothing. So maybe what I'll do is, I'll buy in a few soups. Like a tin of tomato soup. I remember my cousin, she always used to have a way with a tomato soup. She'd get a can of tomato soup, put a little pinch of sugar in it, and a dollop of milk, mix it up. Beautiful. Do you know what? I think I am going to have this bit of toast. Otherwise I won't be able to sleep because I'll be so hungry. But I feel fine at the moment. The pain is gone. So I don't know what it was. Maybe it's something I've eaten. I haven't been eating too well over the last week. For some reason I've just got out of the habit of cooking meals at a set time. And last night I thought I would treat myself to some fish and chips. Well, I ordered it at 7 o'clock. They're only coming from 2 miles away. Turned up at 9:15. It would have been quick if I'd gone down the river with a rod and caught my own fish. So that is it. Not been a productive week. Busy with doing my work, but other than that, I haven't had any time whatsoever to pop down the homestead, and I felt this week that I've missed it. And I've also felt that I've missed going up to the mountains and just being in the peace and quiet. So hopefully my stomach now will get back to normal, and then next week when the temperature goes a bit cooler, I think this heat wave is now finished from what I could see, I can then get back into the swing of things. So anyway, just a little quick update. All this video seems to be is about houseplants. I was thinking maybe that's a sign. I've never had houseplants before because they always die. And I've got some now and I'm feeling ill. Maybe that was a sign. Don't go down this road. Come on, toast. I could do with you now. Is it? No. I was just about to tell you there's a food festival tomorrow, but I don't think it is. I think it's the end of the month when it's August bank holiday. I do feel, even though I believe in the seasons and the equinoxes and everything, so that summer technically doesn't end until September the 22nd. You do sort of feel that the true last month of summer is in August with the holidays and everything. So once August bank holiday comes, then it'll all be downhill to winter. But I'm looking forward to that because, like I said, I prefer the colder days. And in the garden, one of my plans is to get one side of the entire plot turned over so I could start putting in my onions in October time. Also, I need to find time to put my order in for some daffodil bulbs. I was thinking maybe do that as a live video one day. I could bring up the screen and we could go through them and you could see me picking my daffodils and the reasons why I've picked certain ones. There you go, at last. At last. Right. Dried toast does remind me of being a kid and when I didn't have any money. I remember once when I was in Manchester and I only had a few pounds to get me through the week, and I had one slice of bread there, and I cut the slice up into 4 little squares, and I made that slice last for about 2 days. I was going, one slice is for my breakfast, one is for my dinner, and the same for the next day. And as I was eating it, I was trying to go, yes, roast pork. Oh, you can taste the chicken. Because life has not all been jam. There's been a few periods in the time when it's been quite hard to get through, and maybe in the future I'll do a video and I'll talk about that. But anyway, thanks for joining me. Thanks for all the get well messages regarding my eye. It seemed to sort itself out, and no doubt there'll be a lot of goodwill messages to get over this dicky stomach. So thank you for them in advance. I'll catch up with you, hopefully a bit more full of beans, not Heinz though. And I'll catch up with you in a few days where hopefully I'm back on the garden and we can do a bit of gardening, get the hands into the soil and to lift the spirits that way. So from me until then, I think I'm gonna wind myself off to bed. But the thing is now, I'm so wired, I don't think I'll sleep till 1 o'clock. Bye for now. Beautiful.